All right, all right, all right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, party people. So glad you're here. I can't wait for this live. I've been so looking forward to having it with you and presenting it with you because here's the bottom line. If you don't have goals for the month of February, if you don't know what outcomes you want to produce by the end of the month that moves you closer towards your deepest desires, this month is a scratch. It's too late to start now. Better for you to just start preparing for March. And I'm going to talk about that in depth and detail here today. How to win your month, how to plan your month so that you create success after success month over month. And that's how you create an extraordinary quality of life. I'm so excited to bring this to you today. And before we get started in earnest on this topic, I have a public service announcement that I want to share with you. As many of you know, I have been shepherding an Afghan interpreter and his family since April of last year. They're still stuck in Afghanistan. They're waiting for the State Department to approve their visa to immigrate to the United States. But until that happens, they're stuck over there. And so I have been taking care of this family for the last 8 or 9 months. I've been doing it on my own, but I need some help, and I'm appealing to you to provide that help for me as we keep this family safe and secure until they're able to immigrate. So very quickly, I just want to share with you that there is a way to do that. And I'm asking for your financial help in doing this. And here's how you do that. So there is a group I've been affiliated with called Project Dynamo, and they have been instrumental in providing aid to Afghans that are awaiting immigration to the US. And if you just would like to go to their website, projectdynamo.com, I believe it is, or .org, or just scan the QR code to make a donation for my family. Just scan this QR code. You'll be taken to a form that you'll complete. Be as generous as you possibly can be. It takes $500 a month to feed and house this family of 9 for 30 days. And whatever you can give, I would be so, so grateful. And to ensure that your tax-deductible donation goes directly to this family, 100% of it, just type food in the comment when you make your donation. When you do that, 100% of your donation is going to go to this family. I am so grateful to you for anything that you're able to donate, and your support is so much appreciated. Okay, let's get on with today's topic, which is how do you win the month? I think I sent an email out earlier today asking, are you making progress in February or just kind of holding on for dear life as the month flies by? I can't believe it's already the 4th. And look, the truth is that if you are in February and just kind of rolling along like January, it's too late to achieve substantive goals toward your deepest desires for this month. So bottom line is, if you don't have goals in February, it's too late for this month. Best for you just to start preparing for March. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to go live again and tell you how you can do that. So this video is all about how you can win the month. And I'm going to walk you through step by step how to do that. It's absolutely possible for you to make progress toward your goals, but you have to make a plan. You have to have the plan, and you've got to be able to be willing to execute that plan day after day, relentlessly, week over week, month over month, in order to make that progress. So let me tell you the steps that are involved in winning each month. The first step is the easy one. It's choose your point of debarkation. You know, in the military, we have ports of embarkation and ports of debarkation. And a point of debarkation is a place think of it as a line in the sand where you decide, okay, this is where I'm getting off of the old habits and the old routines that haven't been serving me, and I'm going to start something new. I'm making a decision, And that's where it starts. If you want to win the month, you've got to first decide, I'm going to win this month. I'm going to make progress toward my goals this month. You know what? This is the 4th of February. And by this time, 98% of Americans and probably 98% of people all around the world have given up on their New Year's resolutions. They've quit them. They're done with them. And most of them are not going to complete any of their goals this year. Well, what does that mean? That means month over month, they're guaranteeing without taking action, without fulfilling their desires, that they're going to end 2024 in exactly the same place as they ended 2023. And I don't want that for you. So this is about encouraging you, motivating you, inspiring you to make a decision to choose your point of debarkation. And that can be right now, today, that you will commit to yourself, not to me or anybody else, but to yourself, that you will make more of an effort to pursue your goals going forward. Well, what does that mean? First, if you've made New Year's resolutions and you've already given up on them, what am I saying that's different? Well, it's not just about goals. It's about there's a higher level starting point, and that higher level starting point is your desires. So once you make a decision that you are going to live from the best possible parts of yourself, the first step after that is to know your deepest desires. What are the deepest desires that you have for yourself in your life? And there are 4 human desires that all of us on the planet share in common with each other. They're exactly the same. And you might think of 1 or 2 that I'm not going to mention here, but chances are very good that you can probably bend them into one of these 4 human desires. The first desire is aliveness. We want to wake up every morning feeling alive and enthusiastic and exuberant and passionate about the day ahead. Imagine yourself waking up in the morning, putting your feet on the floor after saying thank you for a new day, after expressing gratitude for that. Imagine putting your feet on the floor, knowing that today is going to be an exciting, passion-filled, enthusiastic day, full of goodness, full of wonderful interactions with people that support you, that cheer you on, that are like-minded, just like you, that are focused on achieving great things and finding meaning in their life. What a wonderful way to wake up. What a wonderful thing to put your feet on the floor knowing that there are people that you're waking up with who love you and you love them, and that you get to share another day with them. So the first human desire is that sense of aliveness. And a lot of people wake up in the morning just not feeling that way. They just dread the day ahead. And that's not a way to create an extraordinary quality of life, let alone win a month or a day. The second human desire that we all share in common is that we all want deep connections. All of us have a fundamental basic needs. Once we get our basic needs of food, water, and shelter and clothing met, and we feel safe, the next thing we need immediately after that is a sense of love and belonging. We want to know that we are loved and that we belong where we are. You know, my military background was wonderful for creating that kind of an environment where camaraderie and teamwork were the order of the day. And it wasn't about me, it was about we, it was about the team, it was about fulfilling a mission that we all were very clear on and that we were all pulling our weight to make sure that we achieved to the best of our ability. And that helped us all grow together closely as a team. You know, I remember after 9/11 deploying with the Army Special Operations Command, I was one of the first out the door. It's where I met my best friend. We became best friends after he let me on his aircraft, but that's a story for another time. My point is that the connections that were built by that common cause of fighting for freedom, for responding to the events of September 11th, galvanized the group that I was a part of, that when we deployed overseas after 9/11, we worked like a clockwork orange, like a team that had lived together and breathed together and worked together for many years, even though we all knew each other for just a short period of time. That ability to form deep connections makes you feel like there is nothing that you can't accomplish. It's such, and feeling like you're part of something bigger, a common cause, gives you the inspiration and the motivation, especially when you're feeling exhausted, to carry on. So deep connections. And when you create those deep connections, you feel this sense of aliveness with other people. Third is meaningful pursuits. We all need to pursue something that gives our life meaning and purpose. Whatever that is for you, if you're clear on that, you can create the routines and the outcomes associated with moving yourself toward that sense of I'm contributing something of purpose and that's giving me meaning in my life. And fourth, we all want to grow. And that means we all want to become something more than what we are today. We all want to be a better version of what we are today. You know, this being on video like this is a struggle for me. It has been a struggle for me. I'm just not used to doing it. But I have learned that growth comes through repetition. And then the more you do something, the better you become at it. And sometimes some tasks are just downright uncomfortable. And this is one that was for me. And I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet, but I do believe I'm better than I used to be, and that I'm being able to connect with my audience on a better level. And so I hope that's true for you in this conversation. And I'd appreciate any feedback, good, bad, or otherwise, to help me get better, because that's what I want to do. And because I know it helps me connect better with you and serve you on a higher level. And as I get better at being on video like this and doing these lives, guess what? That helps me connect to you on a deeper level, but it also makes me feel more alive. It inspires me to get on lives like this more often and talk about so much of what I've learned over my military career from a leadership perspective, but also from my lived experiences that I would like to share with you, that I know can make a positive difference in your life. So those are the 4 human desires: aliveness, deep connections. We all want meaningful pursuits, and we all want to become a better version of ourselves. So once you're crystal clear on what your 4 desires are, what do you desire the most in those 4 areas, guess what? Then you can take the next step, which is to create routines that lead to the outcomes you must produce to reach your deepest desire, to achieve your deepest desires. And this is the piece that's missing when people make New Year's resolutions and then give up on them later. It's because they may make honorable and wonderful New Year's resolutions, but the reason they give up on them is because they have not developed a routine that are supported by goals or outcomes and the tasks that they must complete in order to make progress toward those desires. So once you're very clear on what your desires are and start to understand these are the routines that I must create in order to achieve my desires, then you can also get clarity on the outcomes that you need to produce and what the needle moving task you must complete in order to make progress toward those goals. So toward your desires. So are you beginning to see it? This is how we begin to win the month. One day at a time, 1 week at a time, week over week, you win the month. And just to summarize again, for those of you that are just joining us, once you're clear on your deepest desires, once you have clarity on that, and you create the routines that lead to the outcomes you must produce that move you toward your desires, you'll then know what tasks you have to complete each day. And sometimes those tasks will conflict with other things. That's okay. Don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself grace as you learn this. This takes practice to set up and become proficient at. I'm here to help you do that. And as I said at the beginning, if you haven't got goals, if you haven't set your goals for February, it's too late for this month, but I can help you for next month. And that's what we're going to do here in a couple weeks. So once you create your routines that lead to outcomes that you want to produce, to move you closer to your desire, there's just a couple more things to do. One of them is to summon the best of who you are every day. Remember that at the very beginning, I said the very first thing you do to win the month is decide. You make a decision. I'm going to win this month. This is going to be the best month of my life because I'm clear on my desires. I have the routines mapped out that I must complete each day, each week in order to move myself toward achieving my desires. And I'm clear on the tasks I have to complete in order to do that. Well, anything new requires effort and energy. It may also feel awkward to you. This is where you've got to dig deep because your ego is going to challenge you to give up. This is too hard. It's not worth the effort. It is more comfortable. Your brain is also more comfortable with the status quo, with being in the comfort zone. But that's not how you make progress in your life. That's not how you achieve great things. You've got to summon the best of who you are every day until it becomes second nature to you, until it becomes something that you look forward to doing because you understand if I'm on it today, if I summon the best of who I am today, I'm gonna knock out those tasks. I'm gonna create the outcomes that complete the routines that move me closer toward my desires. And finally, once I do that, it's an awful lonely road if I have to do that with myself every day. And chances of success are much smaller unless you do this last step. And that is surround yourself with people who are going to support you and cheer you on every step of the way. Look, change is hard. Change does not come easy to human beings. Change is a fact of life. But it's not something that we do intuitively until we decide, I deserve a higher quality of life. I deserve to achieve more in my life. And I'm going to get clear on what my desires are. I'm going to make a plan to achieve those desires. And part of that plan, part of being successful in that plan is surrounding yourself with the people who will believe in you, who will cheer for you, who will support you, who will hold you accountable and keep you pointed in the direction of your dreams at all times. And, for me, in the community that I'm creating, I have developed a program that enables that to take place, that really kind of helps people achieve that success, and not just success, but fulfillment in their life. And it's a program that I call the Fulfillment Formula. And I would love to just share it with you. I'm just going to tell you what is entailed in it, what it includes. It's just a 4-step process, a 4-step program that helps you achieve more fulfillment in your life. Because I believe most people are chasing after the wrong thing. Most people are chasing after success. They think, if I get after my deepest desires, if I create those routines and those outcomes, I'll be successful. And that may be true, but I want you to be fulfilled as well. And there's a huge difference between the two. Before I get into this, I just want to share with you that there are a lot of people in this world who are very, very wealthy. They've got the house, they've got the money in the bank, they drive the best cars, they eat the best meals, they go on yachts, they travel a lot, but they are also miserable people. And that's because they're unfulfilled. They may be very, very successful, and that's good for them. But if they're not satisfied, if they're not content with their life, if they don't have a sense of a joy of life and happiness and an optimism about the future, then they're unfulfilled. They're miserable people. And I want to help you be fulfilled, because part of becoming fulfilled is also being successful. So what's it all about? Let me show you. Here are the 4 steps of what I call the fulfillment formula. And it's 4 steps to having an extraordinary quality of life. Let me tell you about each one. I'll just summarize them here for you. The first is to adopt a growth mindset. And essentially, it means, if you want to be fulfilled in your life, if you want to be successful and fulfilled, you've got to believe you can be. And that requires you to have a growth mindset. And in this program, we teach you what a growth mindset is versus a fixed mindset. And we have exercises and discussions that tease out where you may have a growth mindset and where you may have a fixed mindset. And then we develop a strategy for achieving more of a growth mindset, because you need a growth mindset to create an extraordinary quality of life. For step 2, look, I believe all of us on this planet are wounded. We haven't come this far in our life without sustaining some wounds in our life through our life experiences. It could be bad breakups, could be divorce, could be abandonment from your parents, it could be drug or alcohol abuse or any other kind of addiction. It could be we got fired from our job, or we lost our reputation. Whatever it is, all of us have sustained a wound of some kind, and it's very, very difficult to feel a sense of fulfillment in life while you're carrying around the emotions, the baggage from those wounds. Look, there's nothing you can do to make those wounds go away. There's nothing you can do to change those experiences. They're done. They're in the past. But the longer you invest your time and your energy in regretting the past or having anger or resentment about something that has happened in your past, you are preventing yourself from making progress toward having a fulfilling life. And I want to help you dissolve those wounds, specifically dissolve the emotional charge around those wounds, because I'll tell you a secret, the only place that we create our future is in the present moment. And the more energy you have available to you, the more ability you'll have to create the kind of future that you want. You are not destined to have the future that you want. You can change your thoughts to change your life. And we do that by healing the wounds from our past. The third step is to envision a new future. I believe if you want to be fulfilled, you've got to already see yourself there. And not just see yourself there, but feel it. You've got to feel what it's like to actually achieve those 4 desires. What does it feel like to you to wake up in the morning and feel a sense of excitement for the day ahead? What's it feel like to you to be in the optimal relationship, the best relationship you can imagine for yourself, whether it's at home, in your personal life, in your career, or in your social life? What's that like for you? What does it feel like? Can you envision it? Can you just close your eyes and get quiet and see it? And then notice how it feels within you. That's envisioning a new future. Because if you can envision it, you can create it for yourself. And we do that with the 4th step in the fulfillment formula, and that is leveling up. And all that means is that I believe you can't get to the next level of your life with the habits and skills that got you to this point in your life. You may have lived a very, very successful life up until now, but there's always more. There's always the next level. And with it come a whole new set of skills and tools and knowledge and abilities and habits that you need to develop in order to achieve it. Is it work? Yes. But wouldn't you rather do that work than of learning those new skills, than wondering what life would be like at that next level when you have the ability to achieve it for yourself? Of course. Of course. And so in the fulfillment formula, I teach you the high performance habits that you must develop for yourself to achieve the desires that you have for in your life. And so that is the fulfillment formula. I just wanted to share that with you briefly. That's a very short summary of the fulfillment formula, but I believe it can make a difference in people's life. It can make a difference in your life, because I not only want you to be successful, I want you to feel fulfilled in your life. And by that, I mean, I want you to feel happy every day, a sense of contentment, joy, satisfaction, and an optimism that the future holds good things for me, holds good things for you. And if we learn how to do that and chase fulfillment instead of success, you'll be amazed at how much further you can progress in your life. And so I've just built this program. I'm excited about launching it. And I want to share with you just a very brief offer to join my pilot program. I'm launching a pilot program in the next 30 days. I'm looking for some volunteers to help me to walk through the program with me. And if you'd like to learn more, all I would like to do in this video is invite you to schedule a call with me. You can do that by going to my website, johnpauldelang.com. And at the very top of the page, you'll see a banner for the fulfillment formula. Just complete that banner, and then you'll be taken to Calendly, where you'll schedule a call with me. And I'd just like to have a conversation with you. I'd like to walk you through this program in more detail, answer all of your questions, and you can decide if this program is for you. And again, I'm excited to roll this out later this year. I plan to reach many, many, many people with this program, because we need it in this world of division and vitriol and just a lot of nonsense going on in this world of negative energy. This is the counter to that. And the more people that can understand that the secret to their happiness is in feeling fulfilled, the more people will reach. And I believe we can change the world with this program. Now, if any of you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. But I would also, again, like to invite you to just go to my website and schedule a call with me. It's no obligation. I want to meet you. I want to know what you desire in your life, and would love to have a conversation with you about how this program can help you fulfill those desires. So I'm so grateful you are here with me today. Thank you for supporting me. And I look forward to talking more about winning the month. Today I talked about how to win the month. Choose your point of debarkation. These are the 5 steps in summary. Choose your point of debarkation. In other words, make the decision. This month, I'm going to win. I am going to make progress toward my goals. Next, get very clear on your deepest desires for your life. And after that, so you can create the routines that lead to the outcomes you must create in order to achieve your desires. Once you're very clear on those routines and the outcomes you need to create, then you can summon the best of who you are every day in order to make progress toward those goals and win every day of the month as you win the month. And finally, get the support that you need to maintain that excitement and get that encouragement to win that month. Because listen, once you win a week, you're going to be excited. I want to win next week. Once you win a month, you're going to get this picture is going to become very, very clear to you of what's possible. If I can win 1 month, I can win 2. If I can win 2, I can win a quarter. And if I can win a quarter, I can win a half a year. And man, if I get on a roll and win a half a year, I can win a year. It's up to your imagination to imagine where you can be 1 year from now if you learn the habits of winning a month. I want to thank you again for being a part of this broadcast. I'll be back again next week. And until then, I want to just encourage you to live courageously, love with all your heart, and lead from the front. I'll see you next week.